And who are you expecting to declare soon? Well, the list has continued to increase, and that makes it so interesting. Why is everybody declaring, especially under APC? I'll explain tonight. Why is everybody declaring, especially under APC? Well, let's start with the two types of presidential aspirants in APC. There are the short-term runners who are not necessarily ideal. They are not running to become president. They knew they had no chance. They are the short runners. They are the ones who are being instigated to run so that they can be used for negotiations. These short runners are there so that they can be financial members of the campaign mobilization for the ideal runners. These runners are going to step down eventually. Yeah. They are going to step down eventually. So that is the first type of runner. The second type of runner is the ideal runner, the person who is actually ambitious and actually wants to be president, take over from Buhari. And you know those serious ones, so I don't need to tell you names. So those are the two types of runners. Now, having known the two types of runners, why is everybody running? Number one, see, negotiations are going to happen. Bargains are going to happen. You understand? A lot of things are going to happen. Discussions are going to happen. The table is going to be filled. But not everybody will be at the table when conversations are about to happen. So the only set of people who are going to be at the table are financial members. Excuse me. Now, is the table for the big boys. If you can raise 100 million naira to be at the table, if you can use 100 million naira to purchase form, then you can be at the negotiation table. You are not necessarily running, no. You just want to be at that table where the negotiation excuse me, will take place. You want to be excuse me, until this is where you cook, pepper too much. Oh. So they want to be at that table. Now that is the reason most of them are running. Now let me come to what we should be doing. You see, you remember Pastor Plan B, Pastor Paul Adefarasin. It looks like the pastor also has jettisoned his Plan B, because somebody probably is giving him hope or faith, or reigniting his faith in the country again. Now don't worry, once I become president, this country is going to be good. Turn the fan here. This country will be better again. All right. So Pastor Adefarasin now believes in the country again. So he now believes in somebody who can speak English, even though he will be using teleprompter, to attract investors to Nigeria. So when we tell you that Nigeria is actually working, although not for everybody, you understand. Nigeria wasn't working at a point, but suddenly there's faith again for Pastor Adefarasin that it will work, provided certain person he becomes president. Sure you get. So, having said that, Pastor Bakari will also be declaring on Monday. Yeah, by next week. Next week, yeah. He'll be declaring soon. At the Shehu Umaru Musa or whatever, the Shehu something in Abuja. Pastor Bakari will also be declaring. If you think, why are all these people declaring under APC, where the form is most expensive? And even though they all know or agree that APC failed, the idea is so that if you are friend to whoever becomes president after, the party knows how to play down on cases involving you. For instance, if you are so corrupt, you have made so much money via corruption, the party knows how to tell their flag bearer, say, oh, he also contributed to your campaign, because whoever is going to win at the end of the day, all these people purchasing forms are contributing to the campaign bank for whoever is going to be the flag bearer of that party. That's what they are doing. They are using it to raise funds in order to make sure that there is enough money for whoever is going to eventually become the flag bearer of APC. So they are bringing money together by encouraging everybody to come and run. Fayemi has declared APC. Amechi, APC. Tinubu, APC. Osinbajo, APC. Amosun, APC. What's the name of this other guy, former speaker in Ogun State also? Dimeji Bankole has also declared. Who else? Everybody is declaring. The idea is to make sure that there is enough money in the party to scare whoever wants to, challenge the party away. These are big boys. Now, the question I asked the other time was, if all these people have 100 million just to buy form, we have not even talked about the contest itself. Yes, God bless you, Akpabio, APC. Fayemi, APC. Everybody declaring left, right, center. They are not necessarily running. They will step down, no. But they are using it to mobilize fund for the party. Now, if you bring money to the party, to the table for the party, just like they did Buhari, stepping down for Buhari, or Buhari won them at the primary, and they did not leave the party, they worked for Buhari, they brought their jets, brought their mansions, brought their money, gave him hotel, gave him everything. So the moment Buhari came into power, Buhari could not prosecute anybody. Hello. So the moment you see them as colleagues who are financial members of your party and who contributed or supported your ambition, you will not prosecute them. In summary, what, God bless you, Oshiomhole, also APC. In essence, all these people are not running to become president. They are only supporting their party financially, so that they can be in the good book. When appointments will begin, they will be in the good book. When negotiations start, they will be in the good book. That is why Buhari could not prosecute even housefly. As far as that housefly, there's a record in the party. Like the party has record that, oh, this housefly contributed so money and is a card carrying member. You can't prosecute too. Aha. And he supported it this way. So all these people are purchasing form to collect receipts. So that whoever takes after Buhari, they say, see my receipt, we'll be colleague now, we contest for primary. You won and we supported you to become president. Say, okay. Oh yeah, negotiation. I want NNPC. Now the kind of appointment or negotiation you will get depends on the level of your level of financial commitment to the party. Hello. So if you start with 100 million naira up front, you're already telling whoever the party wants to give the ticket to that, come, this is the level of my involvement or support for the party and your eventual emergence. That's why everybody is running, or scrambling to obtain the presidential nomination or expression of interest from at 100 million naira. Now, what's there for us? What again do you think they want to do? The second reason they are all obtaining this form, especially from the south, I'll tell you. They want to also use it to force the tickets or the zoning to come to south. I explain. Politically, your stake, your fate will depend on your stake. Yeah. So for the southern candidates to be springing up in numbers, the idea is so that they will say, oh, we are the largest stakeholders, we are the ones who obtain the form the most. The northerners are not necessarily coming out. It is the south. It shows that the southerners are more prepared and ready. They are all using it to emphasize their readiness, that power must come down south. So that when it is time to say, oh, this is our decision, they will say, okay, how many presidential aspirants are there? Oh, in total, there are 20. Okay. There are 20 presidential aspirants. Okay. We want to decide, we want to negotiate. Can we take, so that when the decision about zoning will happen, there will be more votes within that circle of people who want to vie for presidency. There will be more votes for the south because more southerners obtain the form. Yeah. Yeah. So that when that small group of people who wants to decide the fate of the party or where the ticket should go, that small group of people will be populated by southerners. So that is the part of the game they are playing. Yeah, God bless you. Senate president is also warming up. You know, somebody described him as lackluster. I don't know why so though. But that is the idea. They want the circle to be big enough so that once their stake is much, it will be easier to say, you can say that South is prepared, including financially. All of us in the South are prepared. At least if you don't want me to succeed you, at least look at this other person to succeed you, or look at this other person. But these are signs or efforts to show that the South has been preparing to take over. We have all been preparing to take over. So it must come down. So they want to use it to negotiate that South, it must be zoned to South. That's why you see that more of the people who are declaring are Southerners. Not all of them actually want to be president. Most of them are actually doing it. Most of them are actually instigated to run. So those are the reasons you are seeing so many people declaring in APC. Some of them want to use it to negotiate. Some of them are afraid of being probed. Some of them want to increase their stake by when the next person takes over from Buhari. They want to increase their negotiating power. Some of them want to step down in order to force the path or, their votes to come down south for a southern candidate. Now, who do you think they are all trying to step down for in south? Well, the game is still on. I won't break it now. Let's continue to follow. It's gradual. Now, what is the need for us as masses? All these people who are running, buying forms up and purchasing forms up and down, if you go and look at their neighborhood, there are no good schools, no good hospitals, no good roads in most cases, no electricity. But all of them have 100 million just to buy form. We have not started talking about, winning delegates over just buying form, 100 million. How many declared from Ogun State? I'm also declared. Dimeji Bankole declared. Osinbajo declared. We are still watching. And if you look at the roads in Ogun State, you will be sorry. So you can see that all these people running up and down, putting money in the party and doing all of that, they don't really care about the people. They don't care about the people, which is why the people must find their own alternative. These guys don't care. Look at the roads, and they are all buying 100 million naira forms up and down. Then let's go to Lagos. Tinubu wants to become president. And I saw how he was scrambling to go and give, was it 50 million naira to families of casualties in the train attack in Kaduna. Excuse me. There is this blind woman the last time I checked. This blind woman whose son was killed by a errant police officer in Lagos State, Mama Mubarak. Tinubu no see am. You no go see am. The corpse of the boy is still at the morgue in Yaba. Yeah. The blind mother is still there. The families are languishing. Last time I checked, Ele, who was stabbed to death by a police officer, the pregnant wife is still hawking bread at Mero. Tinubu will not see that one. He will not see. In Lagos, the same Lagos State. Only last week, I still sent somebody to help me deliver 10,000 naira to support that woman. She's hawking bread. Pregnant. I think she said her pregnancy is now about 7 months. Tinubu will not see that one. Bamishe killed in BRT. The poor family. Tinubu did not reach out. Victims at Lekki. Tinubu did not reach out. Mr. Where are the cows? Mr. What are they also doing there by that time of the night? Tinubu will not see them. I don't know whether to call it charity or compassion or eye service or God done wrong. Jagaban, go Kaduna. They are looking for families of dead victims. Must there be casualty? And must it be up north? Or because of desperation to spread your political tentacles? We've lost humanity on the altar of politics. There are victims all over Lagos. Jagaban no see them. But he will not only buy 100 million naira form. He will be rolling out bullion vans. And you expect me to think that person truly cares. Care for who? Gentlemen and ladies, what is there for us? We need alternative. The young people, unfortunately, the victims on whose behalf we think all of us should be doing this, it's unfortunate. They are the ones drumming support to go back into slavery. I just pray that people will open their eyes. They will wake up. What has happened to our young people? What has happened to our young people? What has befallen them? Oh, Osinbajo betrayer. Oh, this one betrayer. That one betrayer. Is that a new song? Even Osinbajo himself, what has he? No, he claims that he has solution to the economic woes of the country. Vice president for 7 years. Why didn't you give these clues to your to your boss, Buhari? You are together in the administration. You ran the country aground together. You now claim you have the magic wand that you cannot use under your administration with Buhari. Yeah? And Tinubu too. You brought Buhari. All of you did not speak. You did not speak. Ibarapa crisis. We did not hear from you, sir. You not talk. Headsmen. Because we must remind all of you, see, this is the time to start all these issues from answers to the crisis. Answers. The roles you play, all of you played throughout all this, including palliative era lockdown. They did not happen so that we can forget. Not all of us will forget. It is time to start. We were keeping those documentaries. It's time to start playing them. What were your roles? The difficult times that the masses of Nigerians went through. What were your roles? What was your role during NSAS? When Nigerians were saying we don't want SARS anymore, it's killing young people. What role? Than draft soldier to kill them more. Ibarapa issue. Headsmen killing. What was your role? Did you join them to say, oh, you must give land to them. You must allow the cows to graze on your farmland or risk whatever? Or did you say, where are the cows? Or did you say, oh, go to Sunday Igboho's house, shoot him? We will not forget all the roles everyone played. We will not forget. We will not forget. Atiku, what was your role in all of this too? Did you speak for young people during NSAS? Did you speak when herdsmen were invading farmlands? Did you offer advice to the president you all brought to power together to say this should not happen? What were your roles? We are asking for receipts now. We cried. You didn't listen to us. Now you want us to support you. Now we are now asking, what was your role when youths were being slaughtered like cow, like fowls? We are now asking questions. As condition for support or for votes, what were your roles? What did you do? What was Osinbajo's role? Because in most cases, we may not even remember their words. We remember more of their silence at critical times. What were your roles? Now, if you go to the south, oh, Peter Obi, oh, this, oh, that. We demand receipts even from Peter Obi. Yes, I believe if Nigeria must continue truly, we must restore faith to that member, that regional member, that southeast member of the federating unit. Oh, Igbos want to be president, they have the right. So that we can restore faith to them that they are part of this country. Otherwise, we should let them be. But Peter Obi, that you guys are happy, what was his role? during all this crisis? Where was his voice? Was he with the people? Or was he also with the bandits in government? Amechi, what was his role? Where did he stand? It's time to ask for receipts. It's time to ask for their receipts. What roles did they all play? Now let us address ourselves, Nigerians, the masses. Do we want to still do the PVC thing? Or do we want a total participation? I don't want to use the word confrontation. But whichever way we must meet them, it's time to face them. What do we want? We want a change of the constitution. That constitution was made and imposed by the military. It's not the people's constitution. So it is either we go in and vote massively for somebody who will bring on a new constitution, who will convoke a national conference and constitutional conference, so that for the first time since 1996, we can have an autochthonous constitution. A constitution made by the people for themselves. Who among these candidates believes that the 1999 Abdul Salami Constitution, or Decree 4, as so called, does not represent Nigerian people? Who among them? So that we know when we want to give our support, we know where to go. Who is doing it in our interests? Who believes that the constitution is a fraud and must change? So that is where we are facing. Otherwise, why not let's allow every region to be as independent countries from 2023 on? We can use 2023 to make decisions. New constitutional decisions, or new critical national critical decisions. Whether we want Yoruba nation to be, let Yorubas govern themselves. Let Igbos govern themselves. Because all these ideas about the North doesn't want to relinquish power is not assuring. People deserve the right to govern themselves. So it is either we remain one and we all as masses come together and face these people by voting against them. And let us bring on somebody who understands that the constitution is a fraud and must change. Or we all say we don't believe in this electoral system anymore. The only reason I still believe that we can still do election, I must confess, is because of people like Showore. Oh, Showore is still running. Well, if they allow him his party, well, maybe we should do it. Maybe we should just make statements by the ballot. Otherwise, if it's still the same people who are parading themselves in APC and PDP, then there's nothing assuring about election anymore. We know it is see and buy voting system. So a purchased election is not an election. The purchased ballot is not assuring for anybody. So let's let everybody go. Let everybody go home and stand on their own. I don't believe in INEC conducted election anymore. INEC election, I don't. So, but if we still have to make a statement by the ballot, let's look for the alternative. And just, even if for the sake of making a statement, let's just make a statement that we don't want you, we want alternative. Yeah. Just for the sake of making a statement, though. You understand? Just for the sake of making a statement that we are tired of all of you, we want alternative. That is the only reason that this 2023 election might still be reasonable or might still be worth it. Otherwise, I don't believe in elections in Nigeria. I don't. The only reason I still believe in one Nigeria is because of somebody like Showore. I'm confessing to you. Because that one sounds like he knows what he wants to do. That if he is allowed, he can still restore confidence in every member of this country that Nigeria is still worth it if there is good governance. Otherwise, I don't believe in it anymore. That somebody will take money from the south, where poverty is ravaging people, will go and try to be appeasing them in the north, just because he wants vote from the north. Do you understand it? No, doesn't make sense. There are victims littering everywhere in Lagos. So Baba Bullion Van no see the victims, for you know see casualties for Lagos. Now people like us, and with little support from some of you, they support victims up and down. For Lagos, Meron there, 2 victims. Only me, 2 victims. Mama Mubarak is there. Government has not said Shingbang till today. Their upkeep, their well-being, supporting them. Eleyele's wife is still there, hawking bread. And she's pregnant. Almost going to give birth very soon. Do you understand it? But somebody will take bullion van from here to go and impress them in the north, looking for victims of train attack in Kaduna. And some you to say bàbá yẹn ló máa ṣe ẹjẹ òun bàbá yẹn mọ nǹkan tó yẹ bàbá yẹn ò tí bàbá yẹn bá mọ nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe ilé ló ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Bàbá mọ ohun tó ń ṣe bàbá mọ iṣẹ́ bàbá yẹn ló yẹ kó ẹ ká fún wa. If you are going to give any consideration to anybody, that person must have human face first. I know now. It's cruel. It's wicked. It's wicked. Go down now. Ladies and gentlemen, the conversation about 2023 is just beginning. So I've told you the reason all of them are buying forms. They don't mean well for us. They are all buying forms to be financially, involved in the party affairs, so that they can also have slots or stake when the party is taking critical decisions. They always call financial members together to take decisions together. So some of them want to use it to negotiate for appointment, ministerial, whatever, because party always intervenes whenever there's going to be any case. And once you're a huge financial member, they all want to bam. But they don't care. Otherwise, somebody will not be buying form for 100 million naira when there is no good school, no good hospital, no good road in their environment, in their area. And you are not looking at victims. You are not looking at people around that you can help. So it's inhuman, to be a politician. To be a politician in Nigeria, especially in APC or PDP, you must be wicked. It's like a cult thing. Like they teach you to be daju. Otherwise, Why would you look at poor people? Why would you be surrounded by poor people? Very poor. And you will be oppressing them conspicuously by buying nomination form for 100 million naira. Just to let them know you have the money. You just don't want to help. Do you understand? Like, I want them to know I have 100 million. I can buy form. I just don't want to help anybody. And we are the same Nigerians. We are the same Udua people. We are the same Southerners. Anyways, the conversation is just starting and we'll continue. I welcome you all once again. And let me just officially say that 2023 is around the corners. Let's get prepared. You hear more. But I'm going to see you later. For tonight, I would say it's a wrap. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. God bless you. See you later.